It's my honor today to share a few thoughts about the 9 great seniors in the Lawrenceville baseball class of 2020. I think it goes without saying that we're all disappointed not to see you in action on the field this spring. This is a group that had so much potential, and I know was chomping at the bit to get on the field this spring, and to work uh, so hard to achieve the goals that you set for yourself in the off season. And I would much rather be celebrating your accomplishments at Waugh Baseball Field after a big win over Hill, or at our end of year banquet or end of year traditional banquet in Abbott Dining Hall. But I am happy to have the opportunity to share some memories today, and to thank you for the contributions you've made to our school and to Lawrenceville athletics in your time here. So I'll start. I'll talk about everybody individually in the brief amount of time that I have. And I'll start with the 5 guys who are 3-year varsity players and have been with the program for 4 years, playing in the JV program for Coach Flaherty in 2017, the year before I got here. And you're 5 guys who I heard a lot about when I first got to Lawrenceville in the fall of 2017. And who made your varsity debuts in the spring of 2018. So I'll start with John Burke, who would have been a starter for us in the outfield this year. I remember the first day of practice this spring. Amazingly, we were able to be outside in February, maybe the first time I've been on a baseball field in February in my years in the game. And I hit a fungo to John in right field, and he just threw a laser beam home to the catcher. And I turned to Coach Hickey and was like, wow, this guy really worked hard in the off season and was just ready to go to have an even stronger senior year than the already strong junior year he had the year before, batting around 300, being towards the top of the team in doubles and stolen bases, and really just being a rangy, steady force in the outfield for us. So John, I know how much you're looking forward to this season. And I just want to thank you for just being so coachable, and just having so many intangibles, just soaking up so much knowledge from Coach Hickey and Coach Tola and myself over the years. I know you've got a lot of great baseball ahead of you. Chris Conyers is one of our 2-team captains this year. As a sophomore, he won the shortstop job pretty early on in the year. He went on to have a really great offensive season as a sophomore, batting over 400, earning honorable mention, all Maple honors, and being voted almost unanimously by both his underclassmen peers and the seniors at the end of the 2018 season as a captain. He's a quiet leader, not always a rah-rah guy, but a lead by example guy who clearly just loves the game, really high baseball IQ, always towards the top of the team in stolen bases, even if he isn't at the top of the team in 60 time, just because he knows how to read pitchers and the instinctual movements that he makes on a baseball field make him a force to be reckoned with. 2 other things that really stick out to me about Chris are just his plate discipline. You get 2 strikes on Chris, it's still really hard to get him out. Just pesky, sees a lot of pitches, gets on base. And I think about all those, how much he loves making those on the run plays as a middle infielder. He played some second base after he hurt his shoulder, but it was, at the end of last year, it was great to see him back in his natural habitat at shortstop. And I know he would have really led the team from that position this year. Next is Aiden Cain, a young man who just has Lawrenceville baseball and Lawrenceville athletics in his blood. Got some playing time as a sophomore at second base, and then really found a home at the third base position last spring, winning the job, and just getting better every day in making good decisions, and having those quick reflexes and that strong arm across the diamond. Just a gritty third baseman, never afraid to put his chest in front of the ball and get dirty. Had one of the best second halves of the season at the plate for us last year, batting over 300, leading the team in RBIs down the stretch of the season. I think back to Aiden's doubleheader against Mercersburg, where he was just all over the ball the entire afternoon. And I know he continued that momentum into his American Legion season last summer. And I know Aiden has a lot more to offer on the baseball field moving forward. So Aiden, I know you would have been rock solid for us at the hot corner this year, and I wish you the best. Jaden McMillan is our fourth 3-year varsity senior. Jaden was a utility guy for us. I played some first base, some third base, played the corner outfield positions, even pitched for us a few times in his career. Didn't get to play as much as he would have liked last year as he was facing some injuries, but I saw how hard he was working in the off season, getting in the training room, working with Coach Rienzo and Coach Wise. And I know he was chomping at the bit and ready to go this season and contribute at the plate and at the first base position. Switch hitter, remarkable how consistent he is with his mechanics from both sides of the plate. Really patient hitter. He's got a lot of natural power, and I look forward to seeing your baseball career continue. And last but not least, among these 3-year guys is Jake Simpson, our other captain this year, also a captain of the Big Red football team in the fall. Jake really came into his own last year as a junior, leading the team in hitting and stolen bases, earning first team All Maple honors, and really chasing everything down in center field with his speed and athleticism, and becoming a vocal leader in our program and earning the respect of his teammates to get captain last year. And I know Jake had big goals for this spring, as a leader and as a positive influence on our program. But from what I saw just from our first few practices, I know that he already had an impact just on the way that the underclassmen were carrying themselves and the way they looked up to him and the tone he set in our off-season workouts. So for that, I really thank Jake. And who can forget anyone who was at our game against Hill on Alumni Weekend last year probably won't be forgetting Jake's grand slam anytime soon. That brought us within one run of the lead and really electrified the crowd there that day. So thank you, Jake, for that great Lawrenceville baseball memory. Kaz Matsuo and Sam Kinder were both members of the JV program last year who were poised to contribute at the varsity level last year. Sam as an outfielder and Kaz as a kind of utility infielder. Sam was part of the program as a sophomore, and it's seeing how you played in tryouts this year. You've demonstrated so much growth and have soaked up so much coaching in the last couple of years, and I know the guys on the team really love you, Sam, and I wish you the best and thank you for your contributions. Kaz, coming off of being a captain on the hockey team, and turning around and being ready to come down to Florida with us, I think is a testament to your character and your desire to contribute to Big Red athletics. So wish you could have played for us this year, Kaz, but I wish you all the best moving forward. The last two guys were in their first year with the program this year. Mike Rocco, also a hockey player, would have been one of our main left-handed pitchers this year, and would have played some first base and batted in the middle of the order. No stranger, first year in Lawrenceville baseball, but Mike was no stranger to the game, having played on the varsity team at his previous high school. And I know how excited he was to team up with his roommate Story and have a great senior season here at Lawrenceville. Those two guys would have done a lot of damage, and I regret that Mike didn't get to show up in the box score this year. But I wish him all the best. And same goes for our one postgraduate this year, Story Kimura, who came to us after a decorated high school baseball career in Texas. Had a really good summer on the showcase circuit and achieved his goals for college baseball. And though he's not going to show up in the big Lawrenceville Big Red box score, he'll be someone to look out for in the Cornell Big Red box scores as a pitcher over these next few years. I know that our opening game against Hun this year was scheduled for March 26th, Story's birthday, and I know he would have been sort of towards the top of our, or really anchoring the top of our pitching rotation this year, and would have been somebody to watch in Maple baseball and Mercer County baseball more generally. And I know he got some preseason honors. And anyone who walked through the field house in December, January, or February probably saw Story going through his daily routine, getting ready for the season. And I think that the impact, even though he won't show up in the box score, the impact he's made on our program, I think you'll see in the years to come with the younger pitchers and catchers that he had a positive influence on. So thank you, Story, and good luck with your next Big Red team. So thank you again to these 9 guys. I think we had so much potential this year, and it's been a pleasure coaching all of you and seeing you grow over the last couple of years, or however much time you've been at Lawrenceville. And I wish you all the best in wrapping up your Lawrenceville careers and moving on. So stay in touch and go Big Red.